Hello everybody once again, and welcome back to the workshop. I have another edition that I picked up recently. This bad boy is the Stanley 151 Spokeshave. Looks an awful lot like the Stanley 51, except that it has these nifty little precision adjustment mechanisms for the iron, and I can't wait to get this guy spruced up. Well, spoiler alert, this guy turned out to be a great user and very handsome, if I do say so myself. So in case you're just stumbling on this video, I'm going to let you know that restoring this tool turned out to be 4 videos. I do a deep dive showing you all the details of this tool. In another video I actually rebuilt the bed to have it sit a little better so that it was easier to work the iron. Then I did a whole separate video sharpening the iron and the lever cap. And finally we spent some time smoothing up the body, sanding it, making it feel really nice and getting a nice coat of paint on it. My next decision point is I kind of like the way this tool looks with the patina on it. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a patina kind of guy on old tools, and these wrenches and pliers here show you what magnetite oxidation looks like when it's had a good chance to form over many decades on a tool. And this stuff inhibits rust to some degree. You don't want to put it in too harsh of an environment, and this Spokeshave has a lot of that patina on it. Unfortunately, I don't think the casting is anything to brag about. There's a couple casting lines on it and a little bit of roughness in the surface. So I think I could make this a lot smoother and easier on the hands by easing some of these edges. So I'm leaning toward stripping off the finish and painting it. Strongly thinking about going with black. I kind of like the black on this Spokeshave. I think it looks good. I'm not so sure this dark blue would be very attractive. Again, my opinion. I did try to shine this up a little bit. I think it has nickel plating on it. As I look at it carefully, you can see in this very upper corner here, there's a little bit of a discoloration, and I think the plating is gone up there. And on these pieces, they have a healthy patina. One of these was blued from when I had to heat it up so much to loosen it. I think it was this guy by looking at it. Well, I've been sanding this handle here for about an hour. Awfully pitted, kind of a low-grade casting, I guess. I don't know. Don't know a lot about these things. But it feels really nice. Feels much better than this handle. I'm thinking this has been so altered already that I'm just going to paint it black because I think that'll look good. Get some of these finer scratches out. But all that pitting, I mean, I've been sanding like crazy, and there's still a lot of pitting in here. And I'm not so worried about the underside, of course, in the back here. But yeah, that feels really nice in my hand. Very smooth. Again, much better than this side, so a lot more sanding to do and filing, but the file can only reach so many places because there's not a flat edge on this thing. Not wanting to spend another hour on the other side of this tool, I decided to get a little more aggressive with my paint removal. A lot of deep pits, and I don't know if it's from corrosion or just a bad casting. Don't think I can get all of them out. We'll see how it goes. Well, I spent about another hour cleaning the other handle. Got rid of most of the bumps. There's still quite a bit of pitting in there. I think that's not from corrosion as much as the poor quality of the casting. But it's looking pretty good. It feels really good in my hands. And I think I'm going to paint it black. Okay, I masked this off and wiped it down with acetone, and I'm going to prime it with this self-etching because I have some. And there it is in my makeshift paint booth with a coat of primer on it. Well, and here's this guy, and I must admit, looking pretty good. It looks nice and smooth. Can't wait to get a nice finish on it. Well, here it is with a couple coats of paint on it, and it feels really nice, very smooth and silky. Had some real misadventures with this spray can. I mean, look at how it's leaking. What a real drag. You know, when I use a rattle can out of habit, I typically will shake it periodically after I'm spraying. And when I was shaking it, you know, I scattered this black paint all over the place. It got all over me, ruined some of my clothes. And it's like, gee whiz, you know, how hard is it to make a spray can with a nozzle that actually works and doesn't leak paint all over the place? Don't want to seem like I'm endorsing or trashing a product, but I just think, you know, this was one where quality control or the design or something isn't really good enough. Well, here it is with a couple coats of glossy paint on it, and the paint looks okay. I'm a little surprised. It has a little bit of an alligator texture on it. This is the second coat of gloss. I had scuffed the first one up with steel wool, try to smooth it a little bit. I mean, it still looks good, but this seems to have a smoother, glossier finish to it. And I don't know if this is Japanning or just paint, but in either case, this was more the look I was going after. But this looks fine, and I'm sure with a little wear and tear and a little wax and oil, a little hand oil on it, it'll look fine. And here it is with the tape off. And there she is assembled. Well, it's working. Well, it can get various shavings from heavy to light. Obviously this doesn't perform the same as a hand plane, but I think it's going to get the job done when I need it. Well, here she is, and I think it came out great. The time it's taken me to edit these videos together, I've had an opportunity to use this guy a few times. Good news is it worked great. It's really nice to be able to precisely adjust the iron up, down, left, right a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to having this guy in my shop. I decided to leave that gray patina on the lever cap and the iron and the screws because it's a look that I prefer. To me, it looks like a tool that's used and well cared for, as opposed to one that spent its whole life sitting on a shelf or perhaps in a museum. But hey, let me know what you think. Well, thanks for coming by my shop and seeing what I'm up to. Hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. And you know me, I'm working on more, so stay tuned for the next one.